Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome back. So today I just want to do a very quick video. I'm here in my car waiting for some training to begin, and I just want to talk about the ability to converse. Now, before I go any further, I want you to just take a little bit of time, just hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and click on the bell to stay notified of my future posts. Okay, and I'll move on. Now, I've just come back off a short holiday, short break over in Wales. I've been camping, and I got talking with a really nice gentleman, and I'm not being paid for advertising or anything like that, but I was talking to somebody called Dennis. He's the owner of a bookshop called the Sandspout Books in Dolgelly in North Wales. So if you get a chance, go in there. Wonderful little shop. Nice owner, great to talk to, and really informative, really helpful when it comes to his storing his products and everything else as well. Okay, but the reason I'm bringing him up, because obviously I'm 6'5", I've got bright green hair, I stand out in a crowd a little bit, probably more than just a little bit, okay? But he was forward enough to ask me about my hair and why my hair was the colour it was. And as part of the conversation I had with him, it came up that a lot of people are losing this ability to just talk to each other without fear that they're offending. Now, I'm not woke, I'm not anti-woke, I'm none of these labels that people want to try and give me. But what I'll say is, people need to know that you can talk to other people, you can ask some personal questions, and if they don't want to answer them, they can say, well, I don't really want to answer that. But there's no harm in asking a question and starting a conversation. So the question was, I love your hair, why did you do it? Brilliant question. Okay, and of course I have my own reasons for it. I've got my own little story behind that. But as I said, it kind of comes across as people are concerned. Oh, really sorry. I was really interested to know, can I ask? Yeah, do you know what? If you want to ask me a question about the colour of my hair, ask me a question about the colour of my hair. Yeah? It's not as if you're coming up to me and saying, you look ridiculous, why have you done that? That's just being rude. But if you want to have a conversation about it, come up and say, hi, introduce yourself, yeah? Like I do at the start of my video, yeah? Hi, I'm Dave. If you haven't met me already, now you know who I am. Right, why am I speaking to you? I was really intrigued about the colour of your hair. Fantastic. I have no issues whatsoever with people coming up to me and talking to me. I get loads of people, almost every day I'll have somebody come up to me and make a comment about my hair. Sometimes it's a little sarcastic, sometimes it's in admiration. People come and tell me, oh, I love your hair, it's fantastic. Yeah, I get a mixture of different comments. But what's really important is that it acts as an icebreaker. And I like that, because my hair actually seems to bridge that gap from people not knowing how to start a conversation to, here is the conversation. It is, I like your hair. Now, in years gone by, I used to work in the pub industry, the restaurant industry, and when I was working behind the bars now, I always wore really brightly coloured ties. I mean, big, like cartoon prints, this sort of stuff, but they're always flamboyant, bright coloured ties with my shirt and my uniform. And people ask me, why are you wearing that? And it answered its own question. So, because you've just come up to me and asked me why I'm wearing it. There's always a way to start a conversation. And for me, I do find it... You see my previous videos, you see that I can find socialisation a little bit difficult because of my autism. But I do like to talk to people. I do like to converse. And I like to make it as easy as possible. And if my bright green hair is that hook for you to come up and say, hi, I love your hair, can I ask you about it? Then fine, use it. I'm not going to bite your head off just asking me about my hair. Yeah, if you're the 10th person in a day to ask me about my hair, I'm going, yeah, come on then, I'll have another conversation. But generally speaking, I'm happy to do so. You know, as I said, there's a difference between being approachable, going up to somebody and saying, hi, I love what you're wearing, I love that outfit, where did you get it from? I love your hair, why did you do it? And you know, as I said, there's a difference between that and going up to somebody and saying, why are you wearing that? That's awful. Why have you done that to your hair? You look ridiculous. You know, if you start the conversation with an insult, then obviously your motivations are questionable. If you start a conversation as a matter of intrigue, then you're more likely to have a conversation. Now, you may not want to dye your hair bright green, as I have, but if you speak to me and you are interested in why I've done it, I will give you my reasons. Now, you can either say, yeah, still not for me, or you can say, I appreciate what you've done, I appreciate your reasons for it. You know, I don't care. I don't expect everyone to suddenly dye their hair green just because I have. I don't expect everyone to understand why I've done my hair green. But, likewise, I'm not against people asking the questions and getting to know me and getting to know my motives. And likewise, if somebody comes up to you and they start a conversation, don't go straight on the defensive. So my concern, and the reason I'm making this video, is that a lot of people have lost this ability to start a conversation, and as I said, they always seem scared that what they say and what they ask will in some way be offensive. Well, do you know what? If you're going to go into it with an insult, then yes, you know you're just going to be offensive. But if you're genuinely interested, there's no harm in asking a person a question. Okay, but you have to consider why you want to know it. If you want to know because you want to insult them over it, then don't bother. If you want to know because you're actually interested in, you know, people's viewpoints and you want to have a conversation, then do it. But I think I'm all for modern technology. I'm all for gadgets and all this sort of stuff. But I've noticed so many people now are, as I've already said, losing the ability to converse. And I say this not just because of my recent experience about talking about the hair and that, but you know, I see a lot of people staring at me and all this, and who won't ask me the question. You know, you want to just ask. It's fine. But I've known people who don't laugh, and that's scary. Yeah, people who, and this is the more younger generation below my own age group. Okay, but will actually say "lol," and you know, that might phase out a little bit now because I know, you know, with text speak and all that sort of thing, the language changes. But I have known people who, instead of laughing when you make a joke, they'll just go, lol, with a cold stare. So just laugh. Just laugh. It takes less effort to just laugh than it does to say, lol. Yeah? And likewise, people... I'm not against language drift. I'm not against language evolution. But I do find it really important that we maintain a little bit of a language and maintain the ability to talk in order that when we have a conversation, we can express ourselves. Because you can't use an emoji in a face-to-face conversation. And, you know, you got people in the same room texting each other, messaging each other. Yeah, it's, you know, if you lack in privacy and that's the way of having a private conversation, then fine. But just to use that as your go-to to have a conversation through text or WhatsApp, whatever else, or, you know, any other platform. If you're in the room, then talk. Express yourself without emojis. Emojis are great in your text and all this sort of stuff. They're creeping into emails. I do like to keep my emails a bit more formal and make my emails a bit more, as you would expect, a letter. Okay, but I don't expect to have a conversation with an emoji. Yeah. If I want to give something a thumbs up, guess what? I'll give it a thumbs up. If I want to give something a smiley face, I'll just smile. If something makes me laugh, rather than putting a laughing face, I will just laugh. This, for me, is what's concerning. is, as I said, this lack of ability to have a face-to-face conversation, because people have replaced language with abbreviations and text type and emojis and all these things, which are wonderful ways of getting a message across in a short message, but not so good when you're on without your device and having to have a face-to-face conversation. So, folks, please, every now and then, I know you're watching me on a device more than likely, but every now and then, put it down. Talk to somebody. Yeah? Make a phone call rather than sending a WhatsApp or a text. Yeah? Speak to the person sat next to you rather than sending them a message. It is really important that we start to get this connection back. I know it's been hard over the last, the last year or so, year and a half, where people have been isolated, and being able to communicate has been done mostly probably through text and various social media platforms. But it's really important that we get this ability back. So put your phone down, turn to the person nearest to you, and just strike up a conversation. Just say hi, introduce yourself, and if you've got some kind of question or whatever else, say it. If you've got nothing to talk about, doesn't matter, just find something. Yeah? As is stereotypically British, isn't the weather rubbish today? It's a great starter. Yeah? Even if they just grunt at you. It's a way in. It's a way into the conversation. We've got to start getting back to talking. I do a lot of it. I do waffle on. Thank you for watching to the end. If you haven't done so already, please like the video if you agree with the things I've just said. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on it. And as I said, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.